Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or perhaps good afternoon, it's tough to say. Alright, just giving me a chance to go over this assignment before you have your test tomorrow. Drawing this net, please make sure that you're able to draw this net and notice how many places that I have measurements written down. I have measurements there, I have measurements there, I have measurements there and there, I have measurements there and there. I also have measurement there, and I have a measurement there, and there, and there. Now, if you did not include enough measurements, I deducted marks. How did I know if you didn't have enough measurements? If I couldn't tell from your diagram what the length of a particular side was, I deducted marks. Please include enough lengths. You can't include too many, as long as you know what you're doing. Alright, here's your two options for sketching the net. There's a couple other options, I suppose, but these are the two that were primarily chosen. They didn't have to be artistic, but they did have to line up, and that was 3 marks. Alright, with this one here, you needed 1 mark to show that A is indeed the correct answer. You needed to tell me that there was a problem with 2 triangles overlapping there for 1 mark, and you needed to tell me that there is a missing piece right there for 1 mark. I know that a piece was missing. You needed to tell me that it was missing. Use your words. There's a number of people that didn't use any words at all, and I'm not a mind reader, and I can't read arrows. You do need to use words. Part of what we grade you on is communication. Don't forget to communicate. Alright, this one here, by the way, was actually in the textbook. I was really nice to you. I gave you half a mark if you used the word pentagonal, and I used half a mark if you used the word prism. For your test tomorrow, please remember the difference between prisms and pyramids. Prisms will always have 2 shapes that are the same. So for example, that pentagon right there and that pentagon there. And the rest of the shapes are going to be rectangles, and if you have pyramids, you're going to have 1 shape that occurs all by itself, and the rest of the shapes are going to be triangles. Alright, once again, here's a surface area calculation. Notice A, B, and C are the same as D, E, and C. I didn't draw the net for this one because everybody's net's going to be slightly different, but notice that we've used 18 and 18 twice. We've used 10 and 10 twice. And we've used 12 and 12 twice on a rectangular prism. If you don't use each of the measurements twice, then you're going to end up with a bit of a problem. Surface area, of course, is going to be 1,032 square centimeters. On this one here, I saw some weird things, but we have rectangle A, which is 20 millimeters by 40 millimeters. That's this rectangle right there. Then we have rectangle B, which is going to be 42 millimeters by 40 millimeters. That's this rectangle right there. And then we're going to have rectangle C, which is 48 millimeters by 40 millimeters. That's the bottom right there. And finally, we're going to have the 2 triangles, this triangle here, and that triangle there. Do the calculations, add it up, and you end up with 5,249.6 square millimeters. Alright, now this one was drawn on the board when you guys did the assignment. So we have a large star box in the shape of a right rectangular prism. It's 2 meters wide and 3 meters deep and 2 meters high. One side has a door that's 1 meter wide and 1.5 millimeters high. We have to cover all the surfaces except for the door with plastic. Now, if you did choose to cover the floor, I did give you full marks, although it seems weird that you'd cover the floor. Anyway, calculating the front wall, we have 2 meters by 2 meters, and we're going to subtract the door, which is 1.5 square meters, giving us 2.5 square meters for the front wall. The back wall is going to be 4 square meters. the roof, the left wall, and the right wall, all three of them are going to be 6 square meters each. You add them up and you end up with 24.5 square meters. And finally, if you see the word bottom written on your assignment, you just crushed all of your flowers. You betcha. Because here is where your flowers go. There's my little stems, and here is the little flowers. Now, if you have a piece of plywood laying on top of the flowers will die. Why build this beautiful contraption if you're just going to lay a sheet of plywood upon your flowers? Don't put a sheet of plywood on your flowers. They will die. If your flowers died, you lost 1 mark. Alright, now calculate that area and that area, and those are each 4,520 square centimeters, and we need to calculate this side right there, that's 30,000 square centimeters, and we calculate this side right here, another 30,000 square centimeters, and you end up with 69,040 square centimeters. And of course, if you walk into Home Depot and say, please give me 69,040 square centimeters of plywood, they will laugh at you, but hey, that's all part of the fun. Alright, make sure you watch the other video. This will be posted online, and make sure that you are ready for tomorrow's test. There shouldn't be too many surprises about what's going to be on it. You're going to calculate some surface areas, you're going to calculate some volumes, and you're going to have a couple multiple choice questions. Alright, good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow.